This gripping action thriller plunges us into the life of Avery, a woman who seemingly balances a high-stakes career with a loving marriage. Her days are a whirlwind of international intelligence operations, securing vital medical shipments for global crises and navigating the complex world of espionage. Yet at home she shares tender moments with her husband David, celebrating anniversaries and dreaming of romantic getaways to New York. Their life appears to be a carefully constructed facade of normalcy, masking Avery's true profession as a highly skilled and respected intelligence agent, a lone wolf with an impeccable record. However, this delicate balance shatters when a seemingly routine mission in Japan uncovers a dangerous web of arms dealing and an elusive assassin known as Kali. Just as Avery returns home, the idyllic picture of her life is brutally ripped apart. Her house is ransacked and a chilling voice on the phone reveals a nightmare scenario: David has been kidnapped. The ransom? A mysterious and highly dangerous file known as Canary Black, which her captors claim is hidden in David's possession. With her husband's life on the line and her own agency suddenly turning against her, Avery is thrust into a desperate race against time, forced to confront a hidden enemy who knows her every weakness and a conspiracy that threatens to unravel her entire world. The film opens with a high-stakes interrogation. A woman, Avery, is being held at gunpoint, forced to open a safe by an unseen assailant who demands to know her allegiances. The scene quickly devolves into chaos as a shootout erupts, with Avery narrowly escaping amidst a hail of gunfire and the screams of "Kill her" and "Catch that bitch." The narrative then shifts to a seemingly mundane domestic scene. Avery is on the phone discussing a critical medical shipment for a malaria outbreak that stalled in customs. She's stressed, explaining the urgency of getting the supplies through without support from the UN consulate. Her call is interrupted by her husband David, who surprises her with an anniversary gift of an exquisite necklace, a piece she'd admired. Avery in turn presents him with a pair of big in Japan pants, a playful nod to an inside joke. Their banter is lighthearted and loving, portraying a picture of a devoted couple. David suggests a trip to New York, envisioning a romantic getaway and a chance to visit her old college haunts. Avery is initially hesitant, humorously claiming she can't be trusted to keep anything alive, even a pet, after a disastrous omelette incident. However, the idea of a clothing-optional Chelsea hotel experience and a proper vacation together eventually wins her over. Later, Avery is at work, seemingly in a corporate setting, discussing a successful client meeting in Japan. Her colleague Jarvis praises her work and Avery gives her a knockoff gift, a beautiful piece of jewelry. Their conversation touches on the difficulties of balancing personal life with their demanding careers, hinting at a shared less than ordinary profession. This is confirmed as Avery enters a secure government facility. Her superior Blake instructs her to pull up files obtained from Japan, revealing she's an intelligence agent. The files contain details about weapon shipments, corrupt officials, and terrorist networks. Avery discovers that a top assassin named Kali has been deviating from his usual targets, exclusively taking contracts for the Russian mob and even assassinating undercover agents. Her superior head Lund congratulates her on her good work, Agent Graves, and gives her the rest of the day off. Upon returning home, Avery finds her house ransacked and a mysterious voice on the phone. The voice reveals that David has been kidnapped and is being held at a CIA black site. They demand the Canary Black file hidden in David's fake tooth within 9 hours, threatening to kill him if she fails or involves her agency. Avery frantic demands proof of life, which is eventually provided via a brief phone call with David. The caller instructs her to go to a specific phone booth at midnight with the file. Avery immediately contacts Sorina, a hacker with whom she has a complicated past, to trace the call. Sorina reluctantly agrees, revealing the call came from a burner phone in the south side, requiring more time to triangulate the exact location. Meanwhile, Avery's mysterious caller, seemingly monitoring her every move, reveals he knows about her attempt to trace the call and has rigged her apartment with a pressure-activated explosive device, proving he has access to her psychological profile, which describes her as a lone wolf with a perfect mission record. Desperate, Avery goes to a high-security facility to see Agent Maxfield, demanding to question detainee CPD, an arms dealer named Mr. Stoica, who supposedly has intel on Kali and the Canary Black file. Maxfield is dismissive, but Avery insists, claiming the arms dealer tried to bargain with the intel. Inside the interrogation room, Avery confronts Stoica about Kenji Nakajima and the Canary Black file. Stoica is uncooperative, verbally abusing her. In a shocking move, Avery extracts a file from Stoica's tooth, seemingly confirming the existence of Canary Black before engaging in a violent struggle to escape the facility. She uses her combat skills to evade agents, including Maxfield, who declares her a threat to national security. Deputy Director Evans calls Hedlund, furious that Canary Black was right under your nose the whole time. Hedlund defends Avery, stating she's their best agent and her father also worked for the agency, insisting she can't be a traitor. Evans, however, is convinced she is, revealing that Canary Black is a top-secret master list of blackmail material on all government personnel designed to identify vulnerabilities to foreign influence. He states that if it falls into enemy hands, it could jeopardize the entire government, and gives Hedlund carte blanche to retrieve it. Hedlund, despite her loyalty to Avery, is forced to bring in David, as he is Avery's only family. They find that David's phone has been off the grid, but an ATM withdrawal in Vienna and a flight booked under his name and one of Avery's aliases suggest he's on the run with her. Hedlund, however, is skeptical, believing Avery has been compromised. Avery, now a rogue agent, calls Jarvis, who is still unaware of the full scope of the situation. Avery reveals David has been kidnapped and they want the Canary Black file. Jarvis initially dismisses it as a wife concern, but Avery insists it's her only chance to save David and needs information beyond her clearance. Avery then goes to meet another contact asking for a list of foreign agents, assassins, and intel brokers in town, offering to pay from her safe house. The mysterious caller contacts Avery again, acknowledging her ambition but stating he's already cashed out her rainy day fund as a tax for jerking me around. Avery explains there was no file in Stoica's tooth, claiming he must have ditched it. The caller is unconvinced, reiterating that Stoica had the file and now Avery does, and that her agency is after her as a result. He gives her 4 hours. Avery meets with Jarvis, confessing that David was kidnapped and the whole situation is a setup by someone blackmailing her. She explains that her classified psychological file containing all her weaknesses has been compromised. Jarvis confirms the agency is looking for her, that David's transactions in Vienna were tracked, and that he bought 2 tickets, one under Avery's alias. Avery stresses the critical nature of the Canary black file, revealing it's a compromat list of blackmail material on every government official with security clearance, including Jarvis himself. Jarvis is furious, believing Avery has gotten David killed by exposing him. He tries to help her, but they are interrupted by Maxfield and his team. A chase ensues, with Avery barely escaping and confronting Nicholas, her neighbor, who is revealed to be the mysterious caller. She demands to know David's location and who Nicholas works for. The film ends with a car chase, explosions, and Maxfield reporting to Evans that the husband never showed up in Vienna, suggesting he may have been compromised or is in hiding. Evans remains resolute, declaring that Avery has betrayed them, and the search for her continues as police discover another body, further escalating the international incident. Avery immediately contacts Sorina again, instructing her to find the nearest secure server with CIA access. She then calls Jarvis, her trusted colleague, for help, knowing it will put him in a difficult position. Avery requests blueprints for PLK Technologies, a defense contractor with a secure server, explaining it's the only way to access the file. Jarvis, realizing the treasonous implications, reluctantly agrees to help. At PLK Technologies, Avery and Sorina prepare for the infiltration. Sorina expresses concern about the prototype drone's autonomy and glitches. Avery dismisses her worries, focusing on the mission's tight timeline, 10 minutes. In and out. Avery successfully breaches the facility and accesses the server room, while Sorina provides aerial support with the drone. However, security is alerted and a chase ensues. Avery narrowly escapes the building, with Sorina's drone providing crucial cover. Reunited, Sorina analyzes the Canary black file, discovering it's not a blackmail list but a doomsday virus designed to corrupt and encrypt all internet traffic, leading to a full system crash. It's geo-targeted, capable of affecting specific countries without impacting others. Avery, realizing the catastrophic potential, asks Sorina to encrypt it to prevent its misuse, but Sorina cannot guarantee it. As the deadline approaches, Avery takes the laptop and Sorina's phone, leaving her behind. Avery makes it to the designated phone booth. The phone rings and she answers, confirming she has the file. Simultaneously, Breznov initiates a global broadcast claiming possession of Canary Black, a geo-targeted computer virus. He demands 5% of each nation's GDP as ransom within an hour, demonstrating his resolve by launching the virus on Singapore. Meanwhile, Hedlund, suspicious of Breznov, finds him alone. Breznov reveals his involvement and kills Hedlund, confirming he's the mastermind behind the operation. He then contacts Avery, admitting he's made her a rich woman. Avery confronts him, realizing his motives extend beyond money. He seeks to dismantle the US as a global superpower. She pleads for David's life, and Breznov reveals David alive but seemingly in distress. David, however, then shockingly attacks Breznov's men, revealing himself to be Kali. He confesses to Avery that he botched a job for the Russian mob, accumulating a massive debt, and that he orchestrated his own kidnapping to coerce Avery into retrieving the Canary black file. He admits that he told Breznov about the file as leverage, but the plan went awry when the file wasn't where they expected it, and Breznov threatened to kill Avery. Avery is devastated by the betrayal, realizing their entire marriage has been a lie. David expresses remorse, insisting their love was real, and vows to fix things by dealing with Breznov. As nations frantically pay the ransom, Avery, heartbroken and enraged, works to disrupt Breznov's operation. She and David, now on opposing sides, engage in a violent confrontation. Avery manages to sever Breznov's internet feed, preventing the launch of the remaining virus files for other countries. In the ensuing chaos, David kills Breznov. With the threat neutralized, Avery confronts David about their broken trust. Despite David's pleas for a second chance and his insistence that their love was real, Avery rejects him, stating some things are beyond fixing. As she turns to leave, David is shot and killed by incoming agents. Avery is apprehended by Deputy Director Evans, who taunts her, blaming her for the deaths and the near-global catastrophe. He declares her a bad luck charm and promises to make her life miserable. However, before he can inflict further harm, a mysterious woman named Elizabeth intervenes, identifying herself as the head of a newly formed, highly clandestine organization called MC. Elizabeth offers Avery a job, impressed by her skills, and offers to make her legal troubles disappear in exchange for joining her organization tasked with handling missions beyond the capabilities of other agencies. Avery accepts, recognizing that the world needs saving. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.